My name is Michael McGee from Odense Science Lab, and I'm here in Randers Regnskov, a rainforest zoo in western Denmark. Coral reefs are some of the most diverse underwater habitats with so many different species. They've been likened to like an underwater rainforest, but they are under threat, just like the rainforest. I'm going to zoom in on a couple of species behind me here and talk a little bit more about them. Those red, pink things you see waving in the water, they're sea anemones. This is called the bubble tip anemone. They're often mistaken for plants. They're actually water-dwelling predatory animals. In those tentacles, they have neurotoxins. And whenever prey touches the tentacles, they get paralyzed and transported into the center of the anemone, into its mouth, which, bonus fact, is also its butt, its anus. You can see a little clownfish there. The clownfish secretes mucus, which means it's immune to the neurotoxins in those tentacles. Clownfish have a very unusual mating strategy. In the reef, there's usually a dominant large female that controls a harem of subordinate clownfish. And so she rules the nest, really. And if she dies, the largest male steps up and changes sex to become a female. It's called polygyny andry hermaphroditism. But with this in mind, thinking about Nemo, if he escaped the dentist's fish tank, travelled across the ocean to get back to the reef, it makes sense that Nemo 2 probably should have been Nema. There's Dory there. Here's some more actual corals that you would find on a reef. And corals as well are a very special organism because it's actually two different organisms. The coral is essentially an animal that at night time feeds by filtering the water, but during the day it has a symbiont algae that makes its own food through photosynthesis. A problem with global warming is whenever the seas get above a certain temperature, this symbiont, the algae, don't like it and they leave the coral. The algae are what give the coral their beautiful colors. So whenever they leave, the corals are just white. This is called coral bleaching. So if we want to save the habitat of the clownfish and the anemone, we need to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere.